Yeah. We back up in this motherfucker one more again. We finna bring y'all a bomb ass show. Shout out to the motherfuckers from Hills that throw your H's up. Shout out Ant Dog, Freako, RIP to all the homies in the hood. Shout out to everybody that made it. Shout out to the niggas that jumped in, jumped out, and got away with it. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the motherfucking 2026 post draft recap grade episode brought to you by Big Mo, Lord Hate, and the nigga that call himself the talent, Roy from the Wreckers crew. We here to bring this shit in. Shout out to everybody. What's going on? What's everybody?
What up? What up? What up?
What's going on, Lord Hate? You ready to be back for this season? You ready?
Oh yeah, we ready.
All
New
right.
division, new
The talent.
Applebee's menu.
You want to talk to the people?
We just
Welcome
bringing
back,
them up.
people. We are back. I said in that movie, we are back. Welcome back. That's the hangover 3 of them.
Shout out to everybody. We're going to jump into our sponsors real quick. We got Big L DJ services going out, going in, weddings, bar mitzvahs, child support hearings, all that shit. Go holler at your nigga Big L over at Big L DJ services. And you got On Broadway packaged liquor over on Broadway, owned and operated by the homie El Patron. That's where I get my shit. Shout out to El Patron. And then you have BC Plumbers, owned and operated by the homie Anthony Clark, aka Lil Petey. All right, somebody's grown up. I am so proud of you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Lil Petey. I hated that Mario suit that he put you in. That was some bullshit, and I fought for you. So that being said, gentlemen, what y'all got to say about the draft? What is your initial just boom thoughts on what you saw, Lord Hay?
Oh man, a lot of people who made predictions went a whole different path when it came to draft day. I noticed that.
Mm, talent.
First off, we'd like to give a big shout out to the 2026 Draft King, Cheese the Don, Sean. Big shout out to you. Excellent draft. You are the 2026 Draft King. Let's start off there first off.
One day, hopefully, you get you one. I got one. Everybody can't say that. Now, first round, we know Lil Larry, aka Lawrence.
Call that man by his name. They
If he
don't know how
wasn't,
many times he had to check you. His name is Big Lawrence. Let's not be disrespectful this year. Call him by his name, Big Lawrence or
any nigga
Lawrence.
that go out there and tank, you go ahead, you get whatever until you earn that shit back. Anyway, Lil Larry tanked, nigga,
You're in the safe
to
place.
get.
You're in the safe place. But when he was at the draft party, he checked
This is what
you.
we doing.
When he be in the goddamn chat
This is what we
room, he
doing.
checked you. But now you in a safe place on your show, and you want to little Larry, knowing damn well his name is Big Lawrence.
Anyway, the nigga that tanked for 16, Lil Larry, aka Missouri Kings, he of course had the number one. The other tanking ass nigga, lousy motherfucker that we ain't even gonna get into, he got 15, and we moved our way on. Everybody else pretty much earned their spot, including you. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna run down the first eight and we're gonna tackle that first eight. So you got number pick, you got Jeremiah Love, then you got Price, Cornell Tate, drafted by Sparks motherfucking Bucks, Lemon with Broad Street Bullyfoots. I did not see that coming. KC to New York City Matrix. The talent saw that. I thought he was gonna make it to eight. Sadiq by Sparks Bucks is seven, and then you got Denzel Boston coming out at eight. Now, I know that you have your grades and everything ready, talent. Yes, talent. I want you to go ahead and tell the people what you feel and how you grade these next days. And me and Lord, hey, we'll jump in a second. I'm gonna give you camera one. Go for it, sir.
I judged the first 8 picks. Is that what you're saying? Is that what we
Yes, sir.
doing? Just want a rabbit? Well, I mean, listen, Love was a great pick. He was always going number one, didn't matter who had him. And the guy, yeah, he tanked. That's a tanking strategy. He tanked for Love. That's what you want to do. You want to get your guy. It's a tough league. Um, winning useless games to pick third when you really wanted a top 2 pick makes no
These
sense.
are shots. These are shots, people. If you're not in the chat room, these are shots. I'm sorry, but no, we'll touch on that in a minute.
It makes no. If you had the third pick and you wanted a running back, you was shit out of luck, right?
Is that a question you asking?
Well, Gronk got Mike Washington Jr. at 9. That's a running back, but I'll let you finish.
Exactly. He went 9.
We on the first pick, right?
He went 9.
Oh, okay.
So listen, man, Love was a great pick. Now we move on to the second pick of Price, taken by Black Republicans, who is out as clearly as day. Is you smoking a cigarette?
Yeah, nigga, I can smoke a cigarette. I'm in my motherfucking studio, in my motherfucking office, in my motherfucking show.
New day. It's a new day.
That is very unprofessional. This guy ain't anything to do with this new look you rocking?
No, this is just it's a new day, like you said. You don't like my new look? It ain't for you no way, nigga.
Come with a cigarette?
Yeah, it do. And some really expensive scotch.
Anyway, Jadarian Price going number 2 to the Black Republicans. As you can see, he is in year 2 of the tanking strategy and has a top 5 projection in those 2 years. So,
projections don't win games.
Let's give it up for the tanking
Points
strategy.
win games.
Listen, let's give it up for the tanking strategy. Our current defending champion, whether you want to, I'm not tanking, I'm a baby. Our defending champion used a 2-year tanking strategy and has become the champion. The guy with the number 2 pick has just finished his 2nd year of the tanking strategy and has a top 5 projection.
No, according to the power rankings, he's 9.
Results. Whether you want to
power rankings got him ranked at 9.
I think it's gonna be this gonna be a philosophy.
It's not a philosophy. We talk about this. I'm saying results. The results. The proof is in the pudding. The numbers show he has a top 5 projection.
So the tanking strategy worked for him to get that projection.
Okay.
But hold on. Let me ask you this question.
Start somewhere.
Let me
at 97 losses, everybody started at 0 in 2015.
I'm wondering how you look at Price if Charbonnet comes back.
When is Charbonnet coming back?
That projection, I mean, he can start in week 2.
If you want a first speech, when is Charbonnet coming back?
He'll be back by week 4.
You think so? When did he hurt that knee? When did he hurt that knee?
He hurt it in the playoffs.
So
I'm not saying I'm talking
outside
about
outside of AP. The playoffs is in January, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of AP, who coming back in 10 months hitting the ground running?
I didn't say hitting the ground running. I said
okay. So him coming back 10 months after that injury. What that mean?
So what you saying? He's not going to take anything away from Price. Price is just going to go ride the starting position all the way through the rest of the season.
Absolutely, I believe so.
Okay. Just wanted to get it on wax.
Cornell Tate, number 3.
Every team, look, y'all want to get it on wax. That's what you do. You never have an opinion.
We on 3 now. You can ask the opinion.
Try to ride my opinions, hoping I'm be wrong. Every team needs an RB2. When Charbonnet come back, which I think will probably be November, he won't come back in September. He'll probably be back in November, and then he still got to work his way up. He's not out there training.
I'll say this: Price went what? What was he? He was the first rounder, right?
Yep.
Yeah, late
They
first
wouldn't have
round.
spent
No,
first round capital on a guy that they didn't want to be the guy. I'll definitely clear that and say that. However, just like everything else, you got the running back by committee option.
Which is who?
Does that happen? Does when
Nah.
he comes back? Does it at the least? Does he dig into Price's carries?
No, he gives him a rest. Nobody's out there. Nobody is out there doing 50 carries a game. So yeah, you need what you call, but he not. No,
He
okay.
doesn't
He's
say
coming
okay.
off a major injury that happened in January, and he a free agent after the year. He's not coming out there trying to blow out his knee again. He needs to just
But
make it
with
to
him
the
being
end
a
of the
free
year.
agent coming at the end of the contract, he is definitely paying for a new contract.
So what? What kind of contract you gonna get if you blow out your knee again? Huh? What kind of contract you getting if you blow out your knee again?
Maybe
I
he
don't
turned.
understand.
Maybe
I don't understand. Listen, I can tell y'all this: if Price was on any other team, if Price was on Sparks Bucks, who let's just put it out there.
He's
Right.
not. He's
You
not.
made multiple attempts to get the number 2 pick and you failed. So
I did not know that.
you obviously
Put
wanted Price.
put the info out there. You got the info?
Did you make multiple
Hold
attempts to get
on.
Price?
Do you have the info?
I don't
You
need to
bringing out
know
the.
I don't need to know the
If you're
Pacific.
if you're bringing it out, I mean, you should have
Okay.
the facts. You
Okay.
should
Well,
have
let's
the
go.
facts in front of you.
We're going to start off this year the same way. So now I'm finna make you look dumb. Did you make multiple attempts for the pick?
Did you?
We don't have to know backline information to know you made multiple
No.
attempts. You never made any multiple attempts. That's what you're going on record. You never made any attempts, more than 2, to try to get that second round pick, that number 2 pick.
No.
Okay. Okay. Look, even the host who's normally on your side is looking
Do you have the?
like,
Do
what the
you
fuck?
have
He
the?
gonna lie in our face like this?
Do you have
Look
the
at him trying to
information?
hold back.
I just asked you. Do you have the information?
He doesn't have this. He don't have hair up here no more. He can't hold back like he used to.
Well, I'm asking you now.
It's some bullshit
Do you
that you
have
coming
the
on. You starting
information?
your up on some
Do you?
bullshit.
This is what we talking about. This Boo and Bay situation is going on. We
Snaps
got
and
Bay here,
pop.
but we don't got Bay here. The question is this: if you're talking about the situation, put it out there. What you
And
know?
you know
What you
what?
owe?
Hey, this is an open
'Cause you
invite
threw
to
it
Bay.
out.
Bay, you ever want to come on the show? Just let us know. I want to move on to pick 3. Cornell Tate.
Y'all ain't got no opinions on pick 2. You salty over not
I'm
getting
not.
the
I got to do. I said.
We
Price
was
was
letting
the
you
pick.
talk about pick.
what's no. Okay, let's hear how this number 3 pick is better than the number 2 pick.
You got the flow, sir. You
First
supposed to be
off,
telling us. You supposed to be telling us about the first.
all right,
8
let me
picks.
tell y'all.
Go
Listen,
ahead,
man,
Mel Kiper.
let's get this show back on track, people. This is what
Thank
I do. This is what I do. Jadarian Price was a good pick for the Black Republican. He is I think, top 4 behind the Gronk in projections. Yeah, as we all like to say, or like Maurice likes to say, projections don't win games, points win games. So, Jadarian Price, number 2, is a no-brainer. It didn't matter who had the number 2 pick in this league. Jadarian Price
was going number 2.
So now we go to number 3, where it's some it's some debate on who would have won number 3. You selected
Cornell Tate.
You selected Cornell Tate. I personally think that's a safe and a good pick. Some people would have went KC, Concepcion. Some people might have went Lemon. If Tyson wasn't hurt, maybe Tyson would have been 3. Listen, I think Tate is gonna get the target. I think he's the number one. He should be. He absolutely has to be the number 1 receiver in Tennessee. He should definitely get the targets. You gotta go with that. Now the preseason has been ugly, but that don't mean nothing. I'm not worried about the preseason. Tate, good pick. You want to give us your logic behind taking Tate over the other prospects?
My logic for taking Tate was for one, the Ohio State wide receiver factor. Them coming from that, coming into the league, they pretty much produced. And I did have to say that missing out on Ibuka, that's still a sting in my heart right there. So I have to say that's one of the reasons why I went with Tate. He was the first receiver taken off the draft. So we went with Tate. What I was supposed to take based off what you were saying was Mekhi Lemon. That's what I was told.
Lemon wouldn't have been a bad pick either.
I was told to pick KC. Boston was up as high.
KC wasn't a bad pick. I honestly thought you would take KC there.
I can't make, just because I make a prediction, I can't make you select a guy just because I make the prediction.
So, using the same logic.
It makes sense. You have Hurts as your starting guy. You're starting him over Patrick Mahomes. You might want to get a receiver that they took in the first round for Hurts. A slot guy. A guy that can get past underneath.
Oh, I tried to get a receiver. But does the host want to talk about that?
What?
I thought you would go Lemon or KC. I didn't see Tate, but Tate, as he said, is a safe, easy, no-brainer pick. But I personally think that Mekhi Lemon would have went better with your offensive scheme and or KC. But you chose Cordell Tate. You got your reasons.
The question
why.
was asked to you. Was I trying to get an Eagles wide receiver host?
Obviously not. If that
hold on. Are we saying we not? See, this is what I'm talking about. When we gonna put it on there, it was a wide receiver I wanted. Didn't have to do the situation with the draft.
Who do you want?
At the same time.
Who do you want? You want Devontae Smith? Did you want Devontae Smith?
We was going for Smith.
Why didn't you get him?
I'm gonna let the host talk.
You want to know why he didn't get Chi?
I'm gonna let the host. I want the host to say.
Was the price not right for you to pull the trigger?
No.
So you obviously not. Here's the thing, man. You it sounds like you're whining. It really does.
You asked me if I was going after the number 2 pick. Wasn't going after the number 2 pick.
Never wanted the number 2 pick at all.
If I wanted the number 2 pick, I would have the number 2 pick.
Ooh,
I don't think so. I don't think
so. Again, for somebody who actively takes time out of their day to sabotage what I got going on and tell me, hold on, now that I got you here, can I ask you on what? Do you not do that?
No.
You said nobody came to you and asked you no one came to you and asked you, is this a good deal for me? Trading with Sparks Bucks?
Listen.
That's a question.
That's a question.
No. Yes. Your reputation. Listen, your reputation precedes you. Let me talk. You asked me a question. Your reputation precedes you. Now, I can name 5, 6 guys unrelated to me. Matter of fact, we can talk to the fucking host right now. Your fucking offers are ridiculous. World Boss. Mr. Boo and Bay, whatever you want to call us. El Patron.
Chibo.
All these people have come back and independently said it's fucking ridiculous.
How many trades with these people have we done?
Right here. I've had trades with you also. Big Mo is
Big
right
Morgan
there.
had traded with me.
I
Haven't you?
have.
2-1.
Hold on. Chivo didn't
I've
have it.
done
That's
trade
how he
with
got that.
Tebow.
That's
Nobody
how
says you can't get trades off. I'm gonna say it. Your offers are ridiculous.
I'm a
They are
negotiator. I'm a
goddamn
Well, you
ridiculous.
can
negotiator.
blame me.
I'm a
You can blame me.
negotiator.
He independently makes it a point to say he is not controlled by me. He doesn't do anything I say. There's no fucking way in the world I would make him say your trades are ridiculous unless your fucking trades are ridiculous,
Now,
man.
I will go on record. I'm
Finna
finna go on wax. And he right here and I'm right here. Never once have I came to him with the details of a trade offer between me and you. And that's me saying that to you. But I have come in the group and backline, and him and Mo. Shout out to Mo. Shout out to the homie Mo. We talk in the morning from time to time. And yes, sometimes that comes up. What's wrong with your boy? What's up with your boy?
And we will take that and say this, as I say now on wax. I'm a negotiator. I'm gonna throw out there and say, "Hey, this is what I'm
You,
on.
sir,
You can counter."
are a rapist.
I've told people
Am
that
I
you
the
like
only
to
rapist on this show?
I told people you
Hell
like
no.
negotiate.
That nigga down there. Woo, we call him Roy Bundy.
Listen, man. Listen, I constantly get trades
John
done.
Wayne Hogan.
I constantly get trades done just because I've constantly got trade done with both of you guys. So
Yes, this is true.
nobody feels I'm a rapist when they doing deals with me. They only feel I'm a racist when I've done a deal with somebody else.
Is that what you're going with? That's what you're going to tell the people?
That's a fact. I got his top tight end for him. You might think I raped him. He loves the damn trade. He loves the fucking trade.
He loves it. Do you love it, sir? Do you love it?
Oh, I'm satisfied with all my trades.
Look at
Satisfied with all my trades.
That is
And the
what
reason why I'm
real
and
educated
we
licensed
satisfied.
professionals. That is the definition of Stockholm syndrome, people. That is what you got. Stockholm syndrome.
We need to move this on, but you asked him, did he love the trade? And he said yes. That's my Boo and Bay signal. Let's move on to number 4. Makai Lemon going to Bullyfoots. Now, I know for a fact El Patron was hot and heavy on Makai Lemon. That's his guy. That's who he wanted. But he got taken number 4 by Bullyfoot. And that's a good pickup by Bullyfoot, especially with Tyson hurt, gonna be out probably to October. I think that was the best wide receiver on the board over KC. I like him over KC. I do. I like this. KC has came on in his preseason. I didn't like him as much in college as he's looked better
in this preseason.
And Makai hasn't played much in preseason because he's had a hamstring. So, you know.
And with that being said, the way I ranked them, I honestly would have took me. If I had 3, let's say we did get the 3 and 7 pick off, and I would have traded you Devontae and whatever bullshit you was trying to get off. It definitely would have probably been KC or Makai Lemon, only because they have more upside, and I've seen them more in this next level jump as far as the preseason. And Makai Lemon, he could come out there. Because at the end of the day, you got Smith jumping into AJ Brown numbers. Somebody got to get Smith's numbers, and Smith was a 1,000-yard receiver 3 of his 4 years, and that 3rd year he wasn't. I think he hit 976. So I would have Makai Lemon definitely would have been up there, but I can't get mad at Tate. But I definitely would have KC would have, if I had 3. KC probably would have edged out Makai Lemon if it were me.
I'm gonna say why I didn't take KC.
Oh, please.
The reason why I didn't take KC, I'm looking at that quarterback situation, and I'm looking at that. It's uncertain to me, and it's not to sit up there and say that Tennessee is just jumping off the max. But you got Brian Dabo there. He gonna feed the ball to Tate. That's just his track record, what he does as far as with his rookie wide receivers. I look at he gonna work and help the number one pick from last year progress to what he should be. Preseason is preseason. Now, if I would have got him at 7, oh, I would definitely would have been satisfied with that. But
Okay.
no, we can't do
I
nothing
rocks with
about
that.
that. So, but Tyson,
The quarterback
I
situation,
was
I
never in
fucks with
Tyson.
because like Roy, and this might have been a show you missed, but Roy, we and him talked last year or the year before, and I said I didn't want to take BTJ because I didn't like his quarterback situation. Hindsight being 2020, that was the wrong decision. But I respect the. I understand the quarterback. Eventually, Shador is going to take over. They're going to have to by week 4, unless Watson can at best 3-1. If he could go 4-0, then we can talk about something. But if he goes 2-2 or anything less, they're gonna be calling for his head. And the coach and the GM they can't ignore it again. They just can't. If motherfucker Watson don't get hurt again, that motherfucker has done nothing in Cleveland but collect a guaranteed check, and he might as well go in there with a mask and say, "Bitch, you know what it is."
Y'all ready to go
Next
to number
up, we got Sparks Bucks again after Matrix took KC. Patron took Tyson at 5. What you think about Tyson at 5 and Moan pick?
I think that was a smart play. Listen, Tyson, I like the situation he's in. He got hurt. It's football. That's so he got hurt. It's football. You know, he'll be back in a month. Moan, El Patron's team, it could weather him being out.
Can it though? When was the last
Yeah.
time Moan made the playoffs?
That ain't what. If you look at Moan's lineup, I know you want to hit me with the when this, that, and that, and the third.
Moan's lineup. He got Rodgers, Jonathan Taylor, Burden, Dobbins, AJ Brown, Tucker Kraft, Matthew Golden, and Jameson Williams is his starting offense. That's
Now,
tight.
healthy Tyson. Who you starting Tyson over?
I say what?
At best, Dobbins. At best. So I hear you.
But there you go. So he can afford to wait on him to get healthy, and if he comes in and he does what he's supposed to do with Tyler Chug, Kellen Moore, the head coach, then you got your player there. So if that pick makes sense to me, I'd have definitely took Tyson at 5. Those
over
are the top
KC?
3 guys.
Over KC?
I thought he was gonna take KC.
I thought he was gonna take KC too.
No, I take most. I mean, long term, I think Tyson. If the injuries if he can, stay away from the injuries and whatever, I think long term, I like it's a lot. It's a lot of miles to feed in Cleveland. Also, you have to take that. I mean, when it's fantasy, you have to take that into consideration. It's a lot of miles to feed in Cleveland versus the Saints.
I could fuck with that because who else they throwing to? Olave. Who's their tight end down there? Ain't that old nigga?
They got Johnson down there.
Johnson.
Tight end.
I dig it. So next up, my friend,
well,
fan of the show.
Hold on. Let me ask you this question. I want to ask you this, Talent. Looking at his bench, and I'm just looking at with Calvin Austin, which you can't predict that just happened recently. But you got basically 3 players two that's already hurt that ain't gonna start the season. Tyson adding that as a third. You know what I'm saying? I mean, your quarterback situation, you got Penix. We still don't know what's going on with that situation in Atlanta. I'm just looking at a lot of hurt players on El Patron and getting that injury bug starting off before the season started. That's one of the reasons why I thought he was going to go with KC. So I'm wondering, do you still think that injury situation he still should have took?
Now, I mean, again, Is KC gonna start on this team? Who are you taking out to put in KC?
Who you taking
I mean,
out?
you got
Hey,
Watson, you got Christian Watson on the bench right now. I mean, he might probably start him. Adele Mitchell is the number 2 wide receiver with the Jets. We'll see if that do anything. Still got Woody Marks. His bench is fine. He's got Coleman to completely step in if Dobbins gets hurt or whatever. So I think who's going to start, or who you going to take?
I mean, he could have took KC, could have took JK spot. I think it would have took his spot starting off.
Nah, be a running back.
I feel you, but that running back situation, which you'll talk about it later on in the draft.
Again, KC, it's a double-edged sword. You telling me KC is a guy that I can come in and make a day one starter, but you also when the situation is on your foot, telling me I don't like that goddamn quarterback situation.
Not at 3, but we talking about 5.
I mean, what's the fucking difference?
Hold on. If that's the case, and I'm just using your logic, because now you're gonna say, "Oh, it looks stupid."
3 and 5. What's the difference?
3. So basically, after 1 and 2, everybody trash.
it's a toss up with. I mean, this draft was.
Here's the thing. 1 and 2 was a clear.
It doesn't matter off the board.
Who had to pick. It don't matter who. That's what I'm saying. It don't matter.
Projection for you.
Listen for a second. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Take all 16 teams, get them pick 1 and 2. The order gonna still go Love, Price.
Facts.
Now we go to 3. It's different opinions on. Hey, if I had 3, I would have took KC. You had 3, I'm sticking with Tate. If I had 3, I might have went Lemon if I was in your situation. That's what I'm saying. But if I had 2, it was still going to be Price. I don't give a fuck what it was. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And basically at 5, basically down, you saying what? I'm just looking at the KC situation as far as his stock rising.
Okay.
Because again, beforehand, KC was what? 7, 8.
7, 8.
So that's what I'm saying. Right there with him in Boston. So I'm just saying, for him, and these your words, I would have took him at 3. So I'm just saying as far as that.
I didn't say I would have took KC at 3. I didn't say I would have took KC at 3.
Hold on. You didn't say that in the chat?
Well, I mean, he was getting hyped.
I'll tell you this. And this is years of being in the chat with Roy. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. He plants a lot of smoke screens. And somewhere in those smoke screens is his guy. Now, being that he didn't have a pick, pretty much everything out there was just smoke screen. Just to muddy up the waters. That's what he does.
There you go.
And it's the same thing with these other drafts that we do. He want to go out there and see this stuff. This is what. Anyway, I go out there in other drafts. I'll put my niggas in queue, and if they hit, they hit. If they don't, they don't. But I'm an auto.
I do muddy the waters. But let's move on to 6.
You want to move on? Okay, let's move on to 6. But it's on wax, niggas. He muddies the waters. I've been telling you niggas this for years. So 6 said,
I muddied the water with him with asking him, is he nervous about Washington? But we'll get there. Let's go to 6.
6. We got said your friend, my friend.
First off, said is trash. Okay,
God damn.
Let's start that off. And everything about this draft confirms that said is trash.
Said was there for the draft. You said you didn't think he was coming.
Said before the draft even started, said had 2 keepers that were kickers. Who the fuck values kickers that much that I gotta keep both of these? Ain't no way I'm letting both of these motherfuckers get back into the draft. That's your boy. Said is fucking trash.
And he's still better than Bay.
He is fucking trash.
Bottom
That's your excuse. Listen, you can't
He better than
You can't make
Snaps.
up one. You can't make up one excuse for why this nigga's keeping two keepers. I mean, two kickers.
You can't make up one excuse. Never mind.
No,
I ain't
no,
even.
no. Let's say we talking about say we can get back to Wilson. Why is he keeping two kickers?
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to defend that. Say
Is
it.
that embarrassing? Is that not embarrassing that he's keeping two kickers?
Who was the two kickers?
It ain't no more embarrassing than to keep a motherfucker that got cut a
Well,
week before the motherfucking draft. A nigga goes out there and gets cut from the motherfucking team before the goddamn draft, and he still kept that motherfucker on his team. That ain't no worse. Matter of fact, I go ahead and say them shits is the fucking same. Keeping the goddamn two kickers, dumbass move. Keeping the nigga who got cut, dumbass move.
Anyway, you asked me who's the two keepers or two kickers. Let me ask you, can you name two kickers?
Adam Vinatieri,
two kickers.
Yeah, I can name two kickers, man.
Give me
Get
two
your ass
kickers.
on, bro.
Give me two
kicker.
kickers.
I'm gonna go with Decker. You guys, what's his name? Oh boy,
Graze your leg.
yeah, what is this? Tyler Smack over there in
Zerline.
Chase.
No, wait a minute. Stop.
Chase on my team.
Stop. It's Trey Smack and it's Dicker, not Decker. My point is not to put you on blast. My point is,
I see what you. I get it.
My point is this:
I get what you're saying.
Outside of my own kicker, nobody knows a fucking kicker. But this nigga keeps two of them because that's how important kickers are to him. Oh my god! But listen, he did surprise me picking KC Concepcion. I was somewhat surprised. I really thought he was gonna go Sadiq. He came in with about 30 seconds left, so he got into the draft. Listen, I give Sid the reason Sid is grandfathered in. No matter how much trash I talk to Sid, he shows up 90% of the time. Whether it's 5 minutes late or not, Sid shows up. So he showed up and he drafted KC Concepcion. I was a little surprised about that. Again, I thought it was going to auto pick and it was going to automatically, the highest guy on the board at that point was Sadiq. He came in and took KC Concepcion. I can dig it. He's got ties to the Cleveland offense. He got their RB1 Judkins, Quinshon Judkins. So he went and got KC Concepcion, the number 1 pick in the 2025 draft.
All right. The next up was Sports Bucks again with Sadiq. Now, you already said if Kiki got him at 7, you would have got him. So Sadiq, that was your next up. Your tight end situation. You want to talk about it?
Is that the best tight end in the draft?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
There's nothing that we can
say. Is that what they say with Mel Kiper Jr.? That what I was predicted to pick?
He was the highest guy on the board at that point.
Okay.
As far as projections,
is that the pick you would have made?
I would, for you, absolutely. Your tight end situation was looking tragic after you traded me, Fannin.
Oh God, there we go.
Fannin was a good pick that you drafted in the 2025 draft. Great pick, it panned out, and then you sold high on. So getting Sadiq, listen, Sadiq, numbers wise, Sadiq does it all. He blocks, he's fast, he can catch. He's the, total package of a tight end that you want. I mean, that's a great pick. It's a safe pick. You don't try it. Listen, sometimes you just gotta do what you're supposed to do. It's no use of trying to get cute, this and that. You did that. I got no problem with your draft.
Moving on to 8.
But here's the thing. If KC was there, I would have took KC.
If my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle.
I would have took KC.
I mean, that's a risk, though. It's a risk, and I wouldn't have killed you on it, but it is definitely a risk because you need a tight end. But I can understand the logic on that too. You like KC, and enough at 7. Because there is a difference between 3 and 7. So I'm not killing you on not taking KC at 3 versus loving him at 7. But I don't think, especially for the two teams between 3 and 5, I don't think it's much of a difference.
8 pick, Denzel Boston to me.
Go ahead with the glaze.
Huh?
Go ahead with the glaze.
No glaze. I mean, he was the safest pick at the time. I really leaned Mike Washington Jr. I really, really leaned Mike Washington Jr. However, I thought Boston made the better choice because Boston has been running with the ones. Mike Washington Jr., at best, his rookie year is going to dig into Genty's stats, but he's not going to, unless Genty gets completely hurt, he's not going to be first round valuable to me that I got to pass over Boston.
That's a good choice because I think Washington Jr., listen, he's had a good preseason. I give him he's had a good preseason. I didn't like him that much because he was behind Genty, not because of what he could do. Just didn't like him being behind Genty. I think he's gonna be capped as long as Genty's healthy.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is my thing. Gronk got 9. Gronk, and we're just gonna go through 9 through 16. Get these out the way. Mike Washington and Gronk.
I like Boston, and I think Boston is a true number 1 wide receiver. I think he's gonna. I like him better than KC Concepcion. With Tyson being hurt, if I had the 5th pick, I might have said, you know what, I'm going with Boston. Up towards 3, I don't know if I'd have took him, but I won't be surprised if he outplayed all these wide receivers in the draft.
I can see that.
One bit.
Again, he was a safe pick. It made more sense. Moving through 9 through 16, you got Gronk, Cheese the Don, People's Champ, Cheebo, Cheese, Hurricane, and then went Mike Washington, Stribling, Fields, Douglas, Fernando Mendoza was a huge surprise. And I know I'm gonna give you your time on 14 with the Cleveland Browns defense and special teams going at 14. Then Jacoby Lane and Jonah Coleman rounding out that first round. So you hit a little bit on Mike Washington. Gronk picked him up. Cheebo came in originally before preseason, before anything, and told us how Mike Washington Jr. was that nigga. And we just like, everybody was like, who? The fuck is you talking about? And, couple of highlights later, a joint practice here, this, that, and other. And you'd be like, he's starting to make some noise. And then when Genty had his little ankle injury thing, that kind of faulted him into some real contender. Gronk taking Mike Washington Jr. at 9 was a huge surprise. Even though I said I was really leaning towards taking him at 8, but
I don't like it.
I know.
I would have taken Stribling. I think at that point, Stribling is the next highest guy on the board. I like Stribling's offense. Listen, when all those veterans come back, it could get a little murky for Stribling, but still, I think he's going to outplay and outdo Washington.
Okay.
I think
but this is a dynasty league. You think in the long run?
In the long run, his dynasty outlook looks way better because that San Francisco offense is old. And those guys, the guys that might restrict him his rookie year, Evans, Kittles, CMC, might not be there next year. And as a year 2 guy, they'll probably be saying, all right, it's time to phase these guys out. And you step in. You started as a rookie, and now this year 2 go off. So I would have took Stribling at 9. No way I would have took a backup running back where the starter was drafted the year before him and was a top 10 pick.
The other thing that I want to go ahead, my bad.
No, I just
No, I
think
was just looking. Go
it
ahead.
was
I'm
the
sorry.
perfect thing with our draft coming up and his height with the injury, it all collided and shot him up. He shouldn't have went no higher than 12, to be honest with you. And I would have still said 12 might have been too high for me. But he went 9.
But you can't get mad if he did go 12 because that was Chibo's guy.
I mean, that was his guy again, but I didn't. I
You wouldn't have
told
did
you.
it. Hey,
I thought that he was going to take Strickland because he had Brock Purdy. That was one
mm-hmm.
thing. And then also, too, like you say, this is a backup running back. We don't know what the Josh Jacobs situation is going to be like. I know that with the tight end situation, he got both tight ends for San Francisco. So I thought he would go ahead and go with the Strickland. So it was kind of shocking to do that. I don't know if he was feeding into the hype that was in the chat. And so,
He not even in the chat.
that's another thing. So it's just like that was something that I didn't expect. I mean, but he had a good draft though. There was some players that he picked up. You know, Tank Dell's supposed to be doing a little better, I guess, but I don't necessarily know
Well,
why he took that pick. So
coming
it
off
was a little
his
strange.
first playoff season, Cheese the Don, in his first, he top 3 finish, Cheese the Don went with Stribling. I think this helps him out tremendously to build on that team that he took to the playoffs last year. You're going down week 1 though, boy. But Stribling was a great pickup, and for all the reasons that the talent said, yeah, everybody's getting old, and long term, that's going to be the guy, and he's attached to Brock Purdy. Uh, if I'm Cheese, I'll go out there and try to see if I can get some shit off of Gronk for Stribling. You know, get that stat going, but that's just me. Next up, you got the People's Champ with Malachi Fields. Malachi Fields and the People's Champ. I saw it, but I didn't. I like me. I like Douglas better. But I'm
You
not
like
mad
who?
at Malachi Fields. Huh?
You like
I like Caleb Douglas better. I like my eye test. I like him.
Oh, Caleb Doug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh I think he has a little bit more upside. But Malachi Fields is not a bad choice. I just would have went Douglas over that. And I ain't mad at the people's champ for it. Just if I had to pick, that's what I would have went.
Yeah. I'm being honest with you. I didn't love it. I didn't love it. We in the chat, so we heard his reason behind it. I went personally. If it was me, I understand Caleb Douglas. I don't went Jacoby Lane. Jacoby Lane. I like Jacoby Lane. That's why I thought he was going. He had hinted around it, but I think that was just a smokescreen because Malachi Fields was his guy. Which, again, I don't think it's a terrible move. I'm being honest with you. I'm not in love with the Giants offense this year. I'm not in love with the Giants offense at all. So we'll see. I'm not.
Who
I
you
don't think it's
who
a
you not in
terrible
love
move.
with more?
I don't
The
like Dart.
Cleveland offense or the Giants offense?
I don't like Dart as much, and I just don't think Dart. Look, I think Dart. He has some moments, but I think Dart might get exposed this year. I just do. Uh, the, it's not a bad pick. He should he should beat out some of those guys outside of Neighbors. He should beat them out. So he might get on the field. I gotta see. I don't know if he's gonna get on the field. But, what's your thing? How you feel? Like I listen. I like the player, and I understand he doesn't have a second round pick. So if he didn't pick him at 11, he wasn't getting them. But I just didn't. I ain't like it at 11. I ain't like it at 11.
I think that he could afford to go ahead and make that pick. with the roster he got and with the type of trades he made over the summer. So I mean, him adding just something that he can stash and build. Like you say, he didn't have a second round pick based off the trades that he made. So you go with the person that that you can wait and see. The Giants offense is still gonna be fresh, and I agree. Jackson Dart may not stay healthy for the whole season the way he played if he learned anything, but we'll see what he do. But I like that pick though. That was a good pick in my mind.
The player is nice. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'll say. At 11, and I don't know. I ain't been following it that closely, but at 11, I would expect the player that I picked to get me close to double digit numbers at 11. So, like
he is the same one that says rookies need 2 years sometime.
No, I understand that. That's fine. Yeah, I am the same one. But listen, you got Stribling on the board going at 9.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, going at 10. At 11, you got Malachi Fields. At 12, you got Caleb Douglas. And then at 15, you got Corey Lane.
True.
If you were telling me rank these 4 guys, how would you rank them in terms of what you think they're going to do their rookie year?
Stribling, Lane, Fields.
So you don't think you got Douglas last?
$3B, if you want to go that way. I mean, you could go either way.
Well, if I'm rating them, I would probably go Stribling 1, Douglas 2, Lane 3, Fields 4. Douglas, let's move on. But this is where taking Douglas at 12 does make perfect sense. Who's the wide receiver? Who's the wide receiver 1? No wonder you got Douglas 4. Who's the wide receiver 1 in Miami?
I believe it's a young lad named Malik Washington.
I don't believe. Listen, no, he's not. The wide receiver 1 in Miami is Caleb Douglas. Malik Washington is a nice slot guy who can only play in the slide. He's not going to beat you nowhere else but from the slide. The number 1 wide receiver on that team is Caleb Douglas, and he's going to get a lot of opportunities. A lot of opportunities. So I think he might have way more opportunities than Stribling, be honest with you.
We shall see. This is why we do this. So we went through Douglas. Now 13.
Hold on, with Chibo. And I want to put this up here. No disrespect to Cheese. I think Cheese had a good draft. I do want to find out about that Mendoza at 13, and I want to address that before. But I'm going to say Chibo, in my mind, is right up there as far as having the best draft in this draft in my mind.
He was definitely in the finals.
So I think with him getting Caleb Douglas, maybe, I don't know Chibo as well as y'all know. Maybe Chibo gassed up Mike Washington to get a Caleb Douglas because that's what you had projected him to get. So I don't necessarily know. I ain't saying that's his personality, but for him to get Caleb Douglas at 12, and you saying that's the number 1 wide receiver.
Chibo will be quiet before he trolls. That ain't his stilo. You agree with that?
Nah, he wanted Washington Jr. I mean, and he wanted Washington Jr. I think, Caleb Douglas was the best option on the board with his situation.
So Cheese the Don came in with 13 and Mendoza. I'm going to let you go ahead and have this hate because I know you want to say something to Cheddar Feta Crumbles and have him explain. But it shocked me It definitely shocked me. So Cameron won the hate.
Wondering when you got Jacoby Brisket. So I figured you sold up your quarterback situation. But maybe you looked at somebody with a bad back and say, maybe he can't produce that MVP. Mendoza at this pick, nah, you got too much old players. But looking at how you did the rest of the draft, it may be safe, but I ain't feeling that Mendoza pick at that. That's a bad pick in my mind.
Why?
Too high. Too high.
Why?
What did he have after that? Let me see.
He
He
got
did
brands.
have so he Mendoza with 13. So he have 1, 2, 3, 4. Mendoza, he got 6. He had 6 picks later. You think Mendoza make it to 19?
I don't think Mendoza. I think Mendoza would have made it to 19. I think he would have got drafted probably in
Because
the
Said
mid
don't
to
need a
late round.
quarterback. Walker
Stop
don't need a
it. Stop
quarterback.
it. Stop it.
Don't do it.
So
I mean,
who you
Fucking
think
don't
would have
do it.
took?
you just said don't need a quarterback.
Don't fucking do it.
How many quarterbacks did said draft in this draft?
I'm not gonna do this.
How many quarterbacks? Because you telling me said don't need a quarterback. How many quarterbacks did said draft in this draft?
I
He drafted two.
refuse.
He drafted
I
two. He didn't draft one.
I
Because look, said
refuse.
don't listen. Said going into a season without 4 quarterbacks is the anomaly. If he go into a season without 4 quarterbacks, then we should all be wary. But Say's gonna make sure he has 4 quarterbacks on his team at all times. Listen, I like Mendoza. I think Mendoza is a good quarterback. They're not gonna start him until Kirk gives up the job. And let's give Kirk 10 games. I think he'll get 10. I don't think Kirk's going to full 16. I like Mendoza, and I think Mendoza's going to be a good quarterback.
The problem that I have with the pick, and I discussed this briefly in the chat, why keep Milrow? That was another keeper spot that you could have kept. So it's kind of like the 2 quarterbacks. The 2 kickers,
The 2 kickers,
and
yeah.
keeping Benson on the bench. You kept Milrow, who is nobody. Nobody out there searching for Milrow. Did Milrow even hit anywhere on your radar? Hey,
Who?
That was his second round
exactly.
pick.
I had to look him up.
That was his second round pick last year. Sometimes you got an affinity for a pick that you pick.
You gotta
and you
stop
hold on
playing as
to
a
it.
fan.
Listen,
Do
you
you
have
think?
players. We all have players. You still holding on to Keon Coleman.
Yes, I am.
No, he's not on anybody's radar. But you made the pick. You got an affinity for him, and you want something out of that. You want something. Like, I couldn't let him go.
They keep on shooting at me with Keon Coleman, but Keon Coleman has had a better career than Milrow.
No. Stop your wartime debate checkpoints. This is what I'm saying. Are you checking for Keon Coleman? Hey, are you checking for Keon Coleman?
Oh, of course not.
Absolutely not. If Keon Coleman was on anybody's team that wasn't the ass kickers, you would be telling us, why is Keon Coleman a keeper? Nobody's checking for Keon Coleman. But you know why Keon Coleman's a keeper? Because it was a high draft pick to you. You want something out of him. So, yeah, you give, and that's the same thing with Milrow. He drafted Milrow thinking Milrow's going to be something. It was somewhat of a high pick, and you just don't want to give up on him just that early. Listen, it was a mistake. It's a mistake. I'm not saying y'all wrong. It was a mistake, but it probably cost him Ty Simpson. But I don't think drafting Mendoza at 13 is a bad pick.
I'm just saying this, and this is what I'm gonna say. With like you say, you got Lane. He could have used Lane.
He could have.
And that's all I'm just saying.
He could have.
That's all I'm saying.
But
I
Mendoza,
mean, when we get into the second, when we get into the second round, and I'm not saying this, I'm wondering who you thought in the second round could have been pushed into the first round. Because a lot of them low
It's
picks.
a lot of, it's a lot of, listen, Lane, uh, I just don't think Mendoza was a bad pick. Again, he do need firepower. I probably would have went with some firepower, but I think Mendoza in a dynasty format, Mendoza is a good draft pick. I just do.
I'm not knocking the pick. I just think he could have kept a better keeper. And I honestly think outside of said, and you want some I want to shoot at said shit. I think Mendoza could have made it to 19. I think Jacoby
I'm not
Lane.
saying he wouldn't, but again, what pick did Said have in the second round? Did he have a pick?
Said had the first pick in the second round. Cheese had the third pick in the second round.
No, you said it's the second round.
The second round,
No,
yes.
second round. I thought who had Cheese had the third pick.
Cheese had the third
Brian
pick, yeah.
Brian had the second pick, and what?
And
Chuck
New
had
Northside
fourth.
had the first pick. He would have made it to 19.
Back to
Maybe.
Cheese.
And I get that the only person that was standing in his way, according to you, is Said. And Walker wasn't going to take the quarterback. Said wasn't going to take the quarterback at 15.
But Said take
Patron wasn't going to take him at 16.
But hold on.
Northside wasn't going to take him at 17.
Bailey.
UCD Lions wasn't going to take him at 18.
All right, listen, man, whatever. I like the pick. I mean, he could have went another way, but again, I like the pick. He can always move Jacoby Brissett in season if somebody needs him.
That's true.
And get something. I like the pick, man. I like the pick.
All right.
Let's get
14 pick. Hurricane Walker.
It's not. Let me handle it. It's not nothing that we can need to harp on. Hurricane Walker is a busy guy. We all know this. We say this every year. He's a busy guy. Here's where it went wrong. Normally, the universe comes to his defense and do him right. This year, the universe is like, we tired of carrying you. We are tired of carrying you on our back. And they picked the Browns defense. Listen, I'm not going to kill this man for being a busy man and having shit to do. You know what I'm saying? This is fantasy football. We do this for fun. This ain't no life or death situation. All I'm saying with his busy ass is he fucked up.
I'll say this, and I'm gonna talk to you, Walker. Chuck Ball. Chuck Ball.
He's got a cousin in the league that has helped him out multiple times. He's got boys in the league that helped him out multiple times. Give your goddamn password out. Have one of them pick somebody, because I can guarantee you they would have picked better than the Browns defense. Bravo to the fucking auto pick. You finally did your fucking job. You did your big one, because him picking the Browns allowed everybody in the second round to get a better player than what they would have got. So bravo to auto pick. I'm not gonna complain about this. This is great. Hey, he's a busy man. He's a busy man with a tough schedule. We've said this. This ain't the first time we said this. We've been saying this 2 years running. That he's a busy man, and it finally showed up. But finally, the fantasy football universe didn't cater to him.
I'm gonna talk to you, Chuck Ball. We play golf together. Known you for a long time. Play D1 football. You know how this shit go. You, sir, embarrassed your organization, embarrassed yourself, embarrassed the league, and most of all, more despicable than anything, is you made that nigga right. And I can't defend it. And the shit hurts. Right here. So do better. That's all.
We appreciate it.
Let's
Next
move
up, you
on
got
to
Northside
14.
Jacoby Lane and Jonah Coleman closing out the first round. These last two picks were no brain. They were good picks. When you start to get down this area, you got to use your eye. Then it's it's no gimmies that this person's going to go there. You got to go out now. You got to start GM and you got to start coaching and doing your own research. And Lane, I'm not mad at, and Jonah Coleman, I'm not mad at, but I don't think Coleman digs deep into Dobbins's carries.
I do. I don't know if he digs into his carry, but it doesn't matter. You actually don't want him to dig into Dobbins' carries. You want him to be there. If Dobbins get hurt, you already got the replacement. Dobbins won't be there
Okay.
next year regardless. So you already got him on deck. So you really don't want him digging into his carries because then that hurts you more than it helps you. You just want him to be there. So, hey, if an injury
So
happens,
he a just in case pick.
that make it, but it's not. It's a dynasty pick.
Okay. So, and that's what I'm saying. So to take Tyson and Coleman in the first round, you saying that those are picks that they gotta bear fruit later.
Tyson can bear fruit as soon as he comes. Listen, only reason Tyson is even being acting like this because he got hurt. But if he didn't get hurt, Tyson, we expecting Tyson to play. On some team, maybe not Ramon's team, but somebody else. If Tyson might have went 4 if he had a good preseason. Coleman had a good preseason. And Dobbins, if Dobbins get hurt or whatever, Coleman slides right in. You want that. You don't want to have to beg nobody to give you the guy that's taking your guy. And your guy, it ain't like J.K. Dobbins is
that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't think Mendoza would have went there?
Jacoby Lane is a perfect pick for New Northsiders after they made the trade for Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got Zay, Jacoby, Lamar Jackson. Jacoby's had a great preseason.
And if something happened to Zay, he slides right in, like you just said.
He might start with Zay. I mean, Bateman's been doing good, but I mean, Bateman's Bateman. Bateman's had multiple years to step up, and once the season starts, Bateman's always just.
I really didn't want to get rid of Bateman, but you got to give something. So
With Mahomes' pick though, I mean, you don't think Mendoza would have got picked there if he was down at?
I didn't. We discussed this the other morning. I'm not a AR-15 fan, so it's possible that
That's
Mendoza
what I'm looking at.
He didn't like Mendoza.
No,
he didn't like Mendoza. So
Moan is pretty. When he locks in on a guy, he locks in on him. He's a hometown guy, and this goes.
He paid before the season started. He paid almost $200 to get Aaron Rodgers when he was on the free agents list. Nobody else bid anything, but he needed Aaron Rodgers. So basically, he's gonna ride out Rodgers this year. Him trading Marvin Harrison Jr. to me for those 4 picks guarantees him a quarterback in next year's draft. Whether it's his pick, because he's got 4 picks plus he's got his pick. So his focus wasn't on quarterback this year. His focus was on skilled players. He'll get him a quarterback in next year's draft when you got some of the big dogs. Let's get to the second round, though. Let's knock this second round out.
All right. So second round, we had. You say what?
Some gems in the set. I think this is where
the draft was won and lost.
Team building really got to go.
All right. So 1 through 16 is second round. 17 through 32. Northsiders, U-City Line Chiefs, the Don, Hurricane Walker Sparks, Bucks, Team Commish, New Northsiders, and New Northsiders again for the top 8. Cooper Kupp, Amari Cooper, Sonny Styles.
All right, so Cooper Kupp. Let me give y'all a little background on this. New Northsider, busy man. He's a head coach, baseball and football. He's a busy man. He was with his boys on Monday. Didn't charge his phone. He told me he was able to get in 2 picks. Then his phone died on his way home. Uh, you know, at that point, he picked Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp was there, and then I think he auto picked the rest of his draft. So, big shout outs to New North Side out there helping out with the kids. So I ain't gonna kill him too bad about his draft pick. He did get Jacoby Lane, and I think that was a good pick for him. So, Cooper Kupp, that's that old Rams. He's saying the name. You know what I'm saying? Phone was dying. He made the pick. Can you hear him? I think you muted yourself.
I'm sorry. I'm a fan of how New Northsiders did his thing, but New Northsiders had a lot of picks in these first 2 rounds. He had what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks in the first 2 rounds. I expected a better draft. I did. But that brings some context to the situation. His phone died. I can rock with that, but I did expect a better
Ain't no
draft.
excuses for that. Ain't no excuses. Lord ain't gonna never let that go down.
His draft wasn't great.
Let me ask you this: Would you let anybody else get off the hook?
Would anybody else get the grace?
Am I giving him grace? I said he's a busy man. What did I say about? What did I say about Hurricane?
I give credit
about Hurricane Walker.
I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. I'm gonna give credit with you say he's saving the world for the kids. Because I expect vengeance after the trade y'all made last year. So the fact that you have had this growth over the summer, I can appreciate.
What you mean vengeance? What do you mean vengeance? You think I got fucked in them trades last year?
Did you win it all?
No, I didn't.
You winning it all this year, though, right?
Absolutely. Listen, have you seen
my team?
Okay.
Here we go.
Just.
Have you seen my team? Matter of fact,
I've seen your team. I play you week 1.
All them trades from last year, starting with New Northsiders, has led me to where I'm at right now. So I am overly excited about my journey. There's some stuff that I didn't like. I ain't gonna lie. Some stuff that I might have overextended. I fucked myself not getting Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Because I did all that for Travis Hunter. Didn't get Travis Hunter. But the end result has brought me Chase. I had to give up my boy Iceman for Burrow. But to get Chase, I had to give up, some running backs, and I had to give up Iceman. And Burrow came along with Chase. So listen, man, I'm overly excited about this. Let's move on to pick 18. Let's not make this about
Mark Cooper.
And I hated that pick.
I hated it too. I hate all things U City Lions. That nigga team is old as fuck. And I hated a Mark Cooper pick for this motherfucker. I hated that shit.
Listen, I don't know if he missed out now, and I don't want to toot my own horn or this or that or that, but he left Jeremiah Bernard on the board. Listen, Cooper. We had talked about Cooper in the WhatsApp room with Gronk because Gronk had kind of stayed like Cooper. But if you have been reading any of the Jets reports, Adai Mitchell has secured the number 2 spot. And then somebody else has secured the number 3 spot. Cooper's coming in as wide receiver 4. That is not the spot you want to be in.
Not with your first pick in the draft.
Yeah, and Jeremy Bernard was right there. I get. He's a Steelers fan. He's a big Steelers fan. Jeremy Bernard, right? I thought Jeremy Bernard was a top 10 pick. Anytime I mocked him, I had him going in the top 10. right there at Cheese pick. So I thought he was a top 10 pick. Cooper, again, if you've been reading and following anything about him, it hasn't been a
It's not
great
good.
offseason. I didn't like it for his team that's old, this, that, and the third. I just didn't like it.
I think that him taking that pick, he's maybe asleep at the wheel. Because again, you do have the Steelers. You already got the running back that you put so much faith into. I figured that you would at least go ahead and get the wide receiver that went with it. He was like, I'm gonna rock with CMC. Keep doing what I do. So
You City Lions, we hate your pick. Next up with Cheese the Don, he went linebacker, Sonny Styles.
that was early. That was
Way
early. That was
again
early in my mind.
because Bernard was still out there, Antonio Williams was still out there, Cyrus Allen was still out there, Kayline Black,
Yeah,
who
for
I
running
really
back.
think is going to take over once CMC needs decide to say, what we say last year, they're going to work you. They're going to work you to your back. And I really think that it was early for Sonny, my opinion.
Before you get into this, I just want to ask you this. I want to ask you this, Roy. And I want to get your honest opinion. Would you have drafted a linebacker with this pick if you had that pick? You got the wide receiver that you got. You do. But I'm wondering if you had that number 3 pick up there, would you take linebacker? And the reason why I'm asking you, Roy, you're saying that she's the dime, aka Feta Crumbles, won the draft. So
Absolutely.
I'm looking at your first pick is Mendoza,
Yeah.
and then your second pick,
His second pick was his first pick was Strickland. His
Strickland. I'm
second pick
sorry,
was Mendoza.
Mendoza. My bad. First pick
Then
was
he
Strickland.
took a linebacker who listen, man, he a top 5 NFL pick. Washington defense is trash. He could be scoring he could be getting a lot of tackles this year. I probably would have went offensive if it was me, but I'm not mad at the pick. Now, like again, you need points. Points win games, and this kid could get him a lot of points with that Washington defense. That Washington defense is terrible. Terrible defenses make a lot of tackles because they're always on the field.
Points matter. Points matter.
Long drive. A lot of points. I'm not mad at it. I mean, personally, I think at that point, I like, I got Jeremy Bernard right there.
And I hated it too. I ain't gonna lie.
I think Zachariah Branch. I don't know who got him, but
He got Cheese got him. Cheese got him in the third.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got him in the third.
You got him in third.
Okay. Damn. Man, see, that's what I'm saying. When you look at the totality of his draft, I just liked it. That's why he won the Draft King. But yeah, I mean, listen, it was a little high, but I do think Sonny Styles is going to be a tackling machine for the Washington defense, and I think he got something. I think he got something.
All right.
Listen, if he come in and he putting up a consistent 9 to 11 points from tackles and this and that, what rookie at that point do you think was gonna come in and outdo him?
Possibly Cyrus Allen, possibly Bateman.
We'll get to Allen.
All right,
let's move on to the next.
The fourth pick in the second round, Tyrone Tracy by Hurricane Walker.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the next pick. We're not finna bore these people. We already got to him. We again the universe, the fantasy football guys is tired of blessing Walker. And so Tyrone Tracy was the pick. All right, let's move on to the next guy.
He literally had the worst draft of the entire fucking thing. Next up, you got Sparks Bucks with Antonio Williams, and then you had Jeremy Bernard. Sir, Antonio Williams, explain.
Took Antonio Williams because I'm looking at that old wide receiver on the other side. And so I figured that Williams would go ahead and slide in there. I already got White with a trade with the quote unquote talent. So I figured go ahead and see what Tonio will probably get in there by week 3, take a lot of them shares, see how we do it with that rookie. But I'm willing. That's a good risk. I looked at Bernard. I like Bernard, but I don't know. I just didn't like how that situation with the Aaron Rodgers. Just not looking at that situation when he probably gonna get to Pittman. And I think he gonna feed Pittman more than he gonna feed Bernard. But I could be wrong. But that's my reason why I took Williams over Bernard.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's good. I think Williams. I don't think he's gonna beat out Terry. I don't think he's gonna beat out Diggs. But Luke McCaffrey, he should. I think he's gonna beat Luke McCaffrey out. He'll beat a sly guy, and I think when I was doing my draft, I put all my guys down, and I was like, all these guys could possibly be gone by pick 22, and who would be left? Williams was one of the guys that I had left, so I was considering taking him at 22. It would have came down between Williams and possibly I would have took the safety from Dallas, which I ended up getting at 43. So it might have been a mistake if I took the safety from Dallas over Williams, because I probably could have got Williams and the safety from Dallas. But if I did what I like to do when I draft, I do a worst case scenario. All these guys are gone. Who else am I going to get at 22? Williams was one of the guys that I said could possibly be there, so I would have took him. So that's not a bad idea. One guy who I missed, and I think you missed, was Nick Singleton. Now, Williams ain't a bad pick, but for you, considering that you already got Tony Pollard, I think Nick Singleton would have been a better pick at 21. That means that would basically, you got Tony Pollard, and then you got the guy stepping up. Now, you wouldn't have got any points off that, as far as helping you score. Williams will help you score, especially once he takes that job from Luke McCaffrey. So I think long-term dynasty, Nick Singleton would have been, I think, the best if he does what we expect him to do. But Williams was a good pick. I'm not killing you about that pick at all. It's a good pick, and your logic makes sense. Bernard, you already got Pittman. So look, I don't expect Bernard. Bernard's going to be behind McCaffrey, and he's going to be behind Pittman. And I don't know if they're going to work him in the slot or not, but it's the same with them. I think Roman Wilson is their slot. He should take Roman Williams' job. He should. Same way old boy should take Luke McCaffrey's job. He should take that job. And him being there at 22, when I seen him, I forgot about everybody else. And I was like, this is Christmas. So I took him at 22.
Okay.
So we can go.
So autumn draft Devin Bush and Harrison Buckner for New Northsiders. Damn, I think that's fucked up. His phone got out because he had a lot of good gems out there.
Saving the world. He's saving the world.
Hey.
Listen, these kids are gonna love him versus a little, I'm saying, fantasy football draft. He really is saving the world.
All right.
These kids could be out on the street robbing y'all. Y'all in St. Louis, You know what I'm saying? If they are at football practice. They gonna once they get of age 17, 18, they're gonna be at football practice and not robbing y'all at the red light. That is saving the fucking world. So we're gonna give him great. Listen, that's what happened. His phone died. Shit happens sometimes. I
It
mean, you
does.
can't be worried about charging your phone when you teaching the youth.
Yeah, whatever, nigga.
Let's move
Uh,
on. I
right
think
after that,
Brian
we
had the
got
next pick.
Sirius Allen to
Oh,
Chivo.
It's a
now
good
The
he
New
pick.
was
City
also a
Lions ended up
consideration.
getting Kaleon Black. Now,
Sarah Allen was also a consideration for me.
mm-hmm,
His off season,
mm-hmm,
his preseason hype is great, but I ain't gonna lie,
it's a lot of
I'm a
mouths to
little
feed.
nervous about him. I'm a little nervous about him once the season start. Is KC because all his highlights is against KC. I ain't seen too many highlights
Against them during
against him.
practice.
All his highlights is against KC. So is KC defense really that? Do anybody think they traded McDuffie away? I know they got the little first round cat who was the top 10 pick, but he's just coming off, a
I
hamstring or
see where
something
you're going
injury.
with that. I see where I
Listen,
fucks with your logic.
hey,
And it makes
I,
sense. I can't
I,
argue with the
I
logic.
buy the, I buy the hype, but I am concerned. Is it just KC? But I do buy into the hype. But I am concerned. Hey, is that just KC defense? Because I ain't seen him. He done shit against nobody else.
I
Even in
figured he
joint practice.
drafted. I figured he drafted them because just to have some insurance behind Rice down the line.
That make perfect sense. You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
I was looking.
If he go off and Rice, become a liability, he got that guy. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that make perfect sense. I mean, it's a good pick though at that point in the draft. I thought it was a great pick. Like you
Speaking of
didn't
What for
picking
that?
over
up the handcuff,
you
Kaleon
didn't
Black to
over
the U City Lions.
he didn't overextend himself to get Allen. Oh, Black.
Yeah,
Black that that's Brian's best pick, actually.
it is.
That's what I was gonna
It is.
say. He
Yeah,
kind of woke up.
The
that's
backup is
the
the
most.
backup Brian. And you know what? I actually thought, just from talking to Chibo, I thought Chibo might take him at 25.
I ain't gonna lie, for real. I really thought that Black would make it to the third round to me because wasn't nobody tripping off of him. Everybody's
Now,
the CMC factor is real.
Chibo was on Black, and I don't know if because he had the backup from last year,
Mm-hmm.
Jordan James, but he was also on Black. So I thought Chibo might had taken Black at
Mm-hmm.
25, but he went with Allen, which I think is probably still a better pick. And it's a great pick for Brian to get the backup. It's
Yeah,
a
it was
great
a
pick.
smart play. Next up, your friend, my friend, New York City Matrix. They went with Bateman, and right after that, Patron went with Highsmith. Bateman to the Matrix, safe pick, safe. Highsmith, Highsmith defensive end, second round. That's
So it's a story
very high.
behind it. It's a story behind that. Ramon has a lot of talent on his team. Ramon doesn't like to get rid of guys. So he had the 7 picks, but he only had 2 bench slots. Ramon's strategy in this draft was he wanted Lemon at 5, he took Tyson. He wanted Coleman at 16, got Coleman. At 28, he wanted Kevin Coleman Jr. But he only had 2 bench slots, so he got forced to take another position.
Mm-hmm.
What he was going to do in this complete draft those 3 guys, auto pick the rest. So after he couldn't get Coleman because he didn't have any bench slots, then it would work out. Just a minor mishap. He kept a lot of guys though, you know what I'm saying? So that's what happened with that, you know. So who
Little
went
story
after that?
behind
29?
Kevin Coleman Jr. I know Sparks Bucks went and got him. You don't know, but Kevin Coleman Jr.'s dad used to be one of our little oaks in the hood. Repeat, shout out to Repeat. Hey, Pressure Blunt, you be home soon, my nigga. But Kevin Coleman Jr. is his son, so we and Moan is a homer. Moan is a true homer. He Luther Bird, and he went out there and got I'm a homer too, but I'm only gonna go homer for the real niggas that I fucks with, and I see a good. Kevin Coleman's gonna have a great. He's gonna have a great career, but I think down in Miami right now, he's what best 3. And so to take him in any of these early spots for Moan would have been another blunder in my opinion. But Moan he did his thing. Matrix came with Bateman. Highsmith is a good defensive end, but I wouldn't have picked the defensive end in the second round, but that's just me. Next up, we got Emmett Johnson, Ray Davis, Singleton, and Schultz going to Bullyfoot's, New Northsiders, Chibo Burgers, and Missouri Kings. So we're gonna start with Emmett Johnson with
I
the
reached out to
Bullyfoots.
Bullyfoots and
Because
well,
I wanted your opinion on that.
well, I reached out to Bullyfoot, so Bullyfoot reached out to me, and he said, which I was surprised, but he did. This is what he said. He had 3 drafts at all going on at the same time. So he was trying to.
I saw him in and out the chat.
Yeah, he was trying to cycle through three drafts, and he was like, this draft, he just wasn't happy about the draft. He was like, he fucked up all his draft. He said he fucked up all 3 of them trying to load, But I'm surprised because most people don't like to draft until Labor Day weekend. We do ours a little early because of the show and all this, and we got everything built up that we have actual stuff to do before the season starts. So I was just surprised that he had 3 drafts. 3? Because we do our draft 3 weeks, technically 3 weeks before the draft. Before the season starts. So I was surprised he had so many drafts. But that was his thing. I think we sleeping on Emmett Johnson though. Kenneth Walker, has he ever been a workhorse? Why are we automatically assuming he's gonna be a workhorse now? He did win Super Bowl MVP. You know what I'm saying? He's a good running back. But has he ever been a workhorse? Last year was a contract year. Before then, everybody was like, a little injury prone for me. But everybody gets on their shit in their contract year. So I ain't saying Emmett Johnson gonna come in and take whatcallers from him. I'm just saying I think we sleeping on him a little bit.
I'm not, and I don't.
Okay.
He missed out on Nick Singleton, and like you said, there's a reason behind that. Because I thought
Northsiders with his
so
next
whatever
pick
happened,
of
Cam
Ray
Ward,
Davis,
did that.
that sucks. Singleton, Chibo Burgers, Schultz, Missouri Kings. Chibo Burgers, Singleton. You got a steal. And the reality is this might be some lazy stuff, and I'll go ahead and do it, but no excuses. I'm on call this week, and that's some personal work stuff, this, that, and the other. So the draft and this, that, and the other, but I can't believe I let Singleton slip out my hands. But it is what it is.
What do you mean by you let him slip out your hands? You didn't have a pick.
Exactly.
When I look at it, if I could have got Singleton at over Barnes, it could have went. I'm just saying, man. It's a lot of people that went earlier than I thought because I thought I got my pick in the 3rd, and I ended up getting Tesla. But it's a lot of people that went before that, and Singleton was one of those. I honestly wish I had a second round pick. I just wish I had a second round pick. I can understand that, but you wasn't picking Singleton at 8. No, but
Okay. And
No,
hold on. Mm. You know,
Mike
somebody said
Washington
on this
Jr.
show.
was he was more 8 than Singleton could have ever been.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Because I remember on this show early, somebody said if you wanted to pick, you would have got it.
Mm, okay. I'll take that. So Chibo got Singleton,
Listen,
and I think Singleton's going to do it.
listen, we all
I can't
hyping
believe
up.
you let him go, but shit happens.
We
And
all
Dalton
hyping
Schultz,
up. We all hyping up Singleton, but I don't know if he's gonna play this year. He hasn't had a great preseason to get that hype. What we like about Singleton the most is we don't like Pollard and
we
we
don't
don't
like
like
Pollard.
Spears. And we don't like Spears. And they both on 1-year contract. So that's the allure of Singleton. But he hasn't. I think I've seen him make one good run in the preseason. Outside of that, he ain't got that boost like a Cyrus Allen, Casey, Mike Washington. These cats that have required the hype. Only reason we hyping him is because we don't like Pollard and we don't like Spears.
You're right.
Well, I think with Tebow, as far as with the running back situation, just stashing those young running backs. He got Dylan Sampson last year. So he will just go ahead and sit and see what that running back did. And in this draft, as you see when we go on the others, he did that. So I think that he can afford on that Nick Singleton to go ahead and sit down. Plus, he got Kyle Monangai. You know, got to look at Henderson. Henderson ain't really getting that juice out there.
So he ain't really got nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that has been the first 2 rounds. Go ahead and run us down with some quick grades with everybody from the top to bottom if you got them ready.
Oh man, I really don't even got the grades.
You ain't got them out there. I know we know that Cheese the John. Shout out to Cheese the Don because you, sir, are this year's draft king.
We gave Cheese the Don, DraftKings, Chivo Burgers. We did give an A+. You know, you can have them second, third, don't matter. Cheese the Don's number 1. We did like
Team Commish.
You know what I'm saying? And real quick, and I explained this when I put it down, the rookie draft and the rookie draft grades sometimes is about the rookies. So if you didn't draft a lot of rookies, not going you kind of gonna get technically penalized for that, but that don't mean you had a bad draft because you gotta still draft for your team. You can't just say I gotta get rookies. Like we gave Sparks Bucks an A. You know what I'm saying? We liked his rookie. I think he took 6 rookies. So all his draft picks is rookie. I think he got 3 guys that'll probably come in and play this year, and then 3 developmental guys that, you know, if they pop, he gonna be looking like a genius. But they are developmental guys. World Boss didn't have no rookies. I thought it was a couple rookies. He didn't have a pick to the third round, last pick in the 3rd round, and the first pick in the 4th round. But he went linebacker, punter. You know what I'm saying? Then he picked up another linebacker. But if you're gonna carry 2 linebackers, it was a guy like Arbel Reese was right there. He could have get. Maybe you don't like Arbel Reese. When I ain't telling you who you got to pick, you don't have to pick a rookie. But I know what I'm saying, it was some good. Yeah, I thought it was some good rookies there. Like World Boss has a good team. He didn't need anything, but his depth is kind of murky. And it was some, you know what I'm saying, guys like Ted Hurst, who I got, man, that was there. No, Ted Hurst was there. Ted Hurst was there, and Ted Hurst. We say this: do we think Ted Hurst is a good player to have on your bench?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And what I'm saying is he was there, and he picked the punter. Now it's a good punter. I understand the logic of the punter because it's Miami's punter, and nobody thinks Miami's going to have a good year, so that punter's going to get a lot of work. So that makes sense. But your skill players. Like, I don't give a fuck how good a punter is. You ain't drafting no punter at the top of your draft, which he did. And it was some skilled players that he could have developed on his bench. So he had a solid draft, but at the same time, I thought he could have done better.
I fucks with the logic. Listen, guys, this has been pleasurable. It's good to be back at the gang, back together, see everybody. But this has been the first 2 rounds. Our breakdown, our vision, our synopsis of the shit. Hate, talk to the people.
Hey, we got a lot of hey, we're in this tough division. Week 1, I'm ready.
Team Commish, the talent.
All right, so this is a draft thing, but from here on out, these next Wednesdays, we going straight into the prep show. Next Wednesday, we should be prepping for the season. And here's a surprise for everybody. Should be a game going during the show next weekend. This weekend. The first game, Seattle versus the Patriots, the rematch on a Wednesday. So
on a Wednesday, we're gonna be live streaming this bit. So listen, from me to you, you to yours. We back up in this motherfucker one more time. We gonna, hey, if you like the show, like and subscribe. We out here doing this for the people. From me to you, you to yours, from him to him. We out this motherfucker. Peace.